Hello and welcome, I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some Victoria 2 Heart of Darkness. So, if you have been around for a while, you'll know that I've never really played Victoria 2. This game it's been out for quite a while, and it really was before my time in Grand Strategy, before I ever even found Paradox. In truth, the very first Paradox game I ever played was Crusader Kings 2. So going backward toward Victoria 2, never really appealed to me due to the interface, but it is a very, very cool game, and so I'm gonna just have to learn how to play it. Now, I've tried to play a bit on my own, but this is a very complicated game, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to become an expert fast enough to just wait and then play it for YouTube. So we're gonna learn together. It's kind of like when we first did EU4 when it first came out. We're just gonna have to start playing at some point and see where we go from there. Now, I do think I'm gonna pick a relatively well-known country to start with because I think that, I really have no idea what to expect. I understand there's a difference between great powers and secondary powers and the other people outside of that, but yeah, so we're just gonna pick the United States because hey, go USA, right? But they are a secondary power at the start of the game, and yeah, let's just give it a go. We are in 7th place. It says secondary power, but I think that they do become a primary power, world power. So where to begin? Well, we're gonna let a lot of stuff just kind of run on its own and just see where we end up. Now, I do have all of the DLC for Victoria 2, so there may be some extra music that you haven't heard before, maybe a few unit sprite packs, but then also we have like the Heart of Darkness, which I think added in colonization changes or something, or maybe it was the other one, I'm not sure. So there's like land over here that we can colonize, and yeah, I've got all kinds of new map modes to learn and kinds of stuff to play with. Naval colonial map mode. Yes, so there are available colonies that we can work towards. Of course, we start off in the year 1836, January the 1st, and we've got a few neighbors. We've got Mexico and Texas, who could join our country, which would be kind of cool. So I want to try to colonize, I think, the land that maybe Mexico might want to colonize, and just maybe get it before them. I really don't know too much about how this works, except that what seems to happen is that if you colonize before anyone else does, and they don't contest you for like 90 days or 100 days or something like that, then you can just skip all of the rest of the steps and just bam, just like that, get a colony going. So we can send an expedition for 80 colonial power. We currently have 282, which is that number there. Evidently, we're allowed to have up to 483, but some certain amount of it is currently tied up in maintenance. Which maintenance? No idea. No clue which ones are already colonies. Now there is a ledger, but unlike every other Paradox game ever, you can't press the L key to go to the ledger, which is weird. And this is definitely, if you like in EU4, if you like statistics and numbers and graphs and charts and stuff like that, then this one's for you. Victoria 2 is, I think, more similar to EU4 than it is to CK2. You don't control a character or a dynasty. You control the country. And so hopefully my experience in EU4 will translate a little bit into this game, but I guarantee, hands down, I'm going to make mistakes. And if you're coming into this series expecting me to be an absolute expert and teach you everything you need to know about Victoria 2, that's just not what you're going to find. But I will get there, right? I would say that it took me 6 months to a year maybe to get really, really good at EU4. I think I'm pretty damn good at EU4 now. There are certainly other people who may be better than I am, but I understand pretty much every mechanic in the game. So we'll get there with this one if we play it enough. So yeah, we could spend a whole time looking at the ledger. Country population. So this is a different thing. In EU4 you've got base tax, which just simulates how large or prosperous a country or province is. In this game you actually have pop groups, and you can see we have 4 million population, and this is the adult male population. This isn't including women and children. So 4 million adult males, and then you can see where they live, what their nationality is, what their religion is, what kind of jobs they have. Like, it's insane how detailed this thing is about population. Like, for example, we could just pick any random province, or I guess they're called regions or something. It kind of more. This reminds me more of like CK2, where you've got in the region map mode, you can see, okay, so these are like duchies, basically, right? Like, this is the Duchy of Nebraska, and then this is the County of Omaha. That's the way it makes sense in my head, at least. But you can like take a look at Omaha and say, okay, who lives in Omaha? View population statistics for Omaha. And so now we're looking at just the province, or the region of Nebraska, the province of Omaha. You can see that there are 2,030 people living here. There are 15 soldiers, 900 farmers. And like, notice how it splits them up here. We've got 900 farmers that are Native American, and then 900 farmers that are of the nationality Dakota. And then there might even be other farmers. And if we wanted to exclude other people, you can click deselect all, and then just say, okay, what kind of farmers live here? See how it's like, it's down to the last person. There could be, it's feasible that you could have a size 1 pop. Like, it's just one dude. It's just one farmer who believes in, I don't know, animist or something. Well, actually, they all believe in animist, apparently. But, yeah, so let's just give it a go. What do you say? So, right, we were talking about colonization. I'm going to go colonize over here. So we're going to spend 80 of our colonial power and start that up. Unable to colonize, do the next step until 1836, September the 28th. So we have to wait roughly, like, what is that, like 9 months? Yeah, like 9-10 months. If nobody competes with your expedition, you can skip directly to creating a protectorate, which, as I understand it, is basically like a step up from a colony, but not quite a full-fledged province. And I could be getting these terms wrong. That's okay. So we're going to try to colonize... oh, you know what? We're already colonized... Oh, right. Okay, right. It's per region. It's not per province. Excellent. Interesting. I would have expected it to be on each little province. So we could do this one too. No naval base is close enough for that one. And then there was one more nearby. It was this one, Oklahoma. Oklahoma and Oklahoma City. Let's send an expedition there as well. Okay. Now what, he says. Now we have all of these pages to look at. There's more detail than I think any other Paradox game I've ever played. You can see just so much. We've got we're just not even going to worry about it. We're just going to let them just handle it themselves. Now taxes, though, I will mess with the taxes. I do understand a small bit about this. 76% of our poor people are getting their life needs. 23% are getting their everyday needs. So life needs is like your absolute bare bones necessities. Everyday needs means that they would actually be happy. So if we wanted to increase their everyday needs, we could give them some more money by taxing them less. But of course, that's going to take money away from us. We currently have 13.18 thousand pounds. Everything is measured in pounds in this game. It doesn't matter which country you play as, it's always pounds. So 13.18 thousand. So our current cash reserve is 13,182.3 pounds. And our current daily projected balance is negative 298, based on our current taxes and everything. Now, we could raise the taxes to get some more money and reduce the deficit, but then, as I understand it, these little diagrams would change, and maybe all of them would drop down to only getting their life needs, and it's possible they could have this thing where they are getting none of their needs. So we can see here that 136.5 thousand artisans are not getting any of their needs. And I'm not sure if that's because we need to provide them with more work, or if we just need to tax them less. I'm gonna go with tax them less, and see if maybe we can make them a little bit happier. And the wealthy, we'll tax them less as well. And I guess we're just gonna have to tax the poor. The poorness of the peoples. Now, unlike CK2 or EU4, where you just say, okay, I have X number of dollars and I just want to make men. I'm just going to train up some troops. As I understand it, you will have peasants or farmers or any other population group will get promoted from their current job into becoming a soldier if they want to do it. And like you can influence whether or not they want to become a soldier by paying them well. And maybe if they just can't find work doing what they're doing elsewhere, then they'll become a soldier and that kind of thing. So if we wanted more men, like right now we've got 14 possible brigades. We're at our maximum, 14 out of 14. We could increase defense spending and make it more appealing for soldiers to come to us. But I don't know. I don't really know if we need to be paying more. I mean, I do want to pay a little bit more, I guess. Let's just make it appealing slightly. And then, yeah, so we'll go from there. Okay, so let's unpause the game, and we'll play on like speed 3 and just see what happens. Oh, technology. We need to do technology. So we barely got through the first one thing. We got the budget. So technology. We have an administration, business schools, and tycoon something. I think that's tied to our political party. Somewhere in here. I don't actually know. Is it in the schools, or it could be in here somewhere. I'm not really sure. Doesn't matter very much. Long story short is we get modifiers to certain types of research. So Army tech and Navy tech, Commerce tech is positive. You know, it's the focus of our administration that determines like what's good for us to research. So ideally, we would want to choose either Commerce tech, Culture tech, or Industry tech. One of these three, and not one of these. So let's see. This is saying that we already have the green ones. So we already have the construction of artillery available. We could get heavy armament, which would allow us to increase the attack values of our artillery. It also increases their supply consumption. Now, some of these researches will actually give you potential, what are these called? Discoveries that give you extra bonuses as well. So those are kind of cool. Army professionalism. I still have no idea exactly what the effect of military tactics is. We'll get there, though. See, I'm more along the lines of let's try to do, like, industry. I want to focus on developing the country. So right now we have the water wheel power, the practical steam engine, and we could research high and low pressure steam engines. Takes 10,285 research points. And right now we generate a total of 8.6 per day. So you could do the math, or I think if you just click on it, it'll tell you, like if we set it, I think it'll tell us how many more days it'll take. Yeah, at the present pace, the project should be complete on 14 April 1839. The 3 years, it's a pretty expensive one because it's tier 3. But we have a lot of farmers. Look at all these potential inventions. Some medicine. I mean, I think we're probably just going to like see what happens, you know. So commerce, we could do clean coal. Coal production up, sulfur production, iron production, coal mine size. Everything gets bigger. And there's a potential for pit coal and coke. I'm going to go with, are these inventions really good? Let's just do clean coal. We'll start with clean coal. That'll happen a lot faster. 11 March 1838. Why does that not seem any faster? Well, actually, I guess it was quite a bit faster. Everything in this game is measured in like days, kind of like E4. So it's not like I don't know, it's every single day feels like a longer period of time in this game to me. It's a shorter window of time that you get to play. So we're going to go with coal. And we've set up our colonization. Yeah, we're going to just play. It's already been 15 minutes and I have hardly even unpaused the game. It's been 7 days. Congratulations, we're 7 days in. Okay, request for military access from Texas. Totally Texas, we're totally on your side. We're going to be your buddies. Now there's this whole national focus thing and I don't know what to do with that. I think you can focus... Lübeck goes bankrupt. Lübeck has gone bankrupt and claims they owe us nothing. We must use our military might to safeguard our investors. We gain a CB against Lübeck. So I guess somebody over here is having some issues with their financing. In a test game, I basically went to war with Bremen over that, and it didn't seem like a good idea because Prussia defended them. So we're just gonna let it slide. I really don't even know what the exact feature or function is of that, so not a big deal. Okay. Now I understand as a great power, currently in 8th place, we have the ability to put our sphere of influence on people. And I don't know exactly how that's going to benefit us, but it's something we're supposed to do. So Texas, I guess. Total score of nation relative to our total score, positive 84%. I believe you get, how many of these do you get? 3 total? Or do you get 4? I'm not really sure. There's going to be some number somewhere that limits how much focus you can do. Now, I have a feeling Mexico is going to become a problem for us, but I still think, is this like just like improving relationship with people or something? We'll put them there too. And if we wanted to, we could see sort by influence of the USA. So apparently we already have Liberia in our sphere. I'm pretty sure the whole goal is to like get people into your sphere. And evidently you can set as many of these as you want. The more of them that you have set. See, 0.051, 0.045. So it's splitting them up. So we can kind of decide like who's more important. I think it's probably going to be better to focus on just a few at a time. Maybe Texas first. So they'll get a lot more of the points. Influence. Is that some number here? Oh, that's our Diplo power. Well, it could just be that it generates at a steady rate. I'm not sure. Okay, so we've got that underway. And next up, I think, just let the game run. Maybe it's speed 4 until some things happen. Military access from Mexico, totally. I think I'm not very good yet at determining like who is hostile with who. There should be an opinion map mode, diplomatic map mode, R. So Mexico starts off apparently at war, I think. They have claims. They're not at war. They're friendly. Mexico's neutral. I'm not really sure. Anyway, I just know that Mexico's going to try to attack Texas, and we're supposed to protect Texas, and then eventually we'll see what happens from there. So for now, though, I guess I will take a break here. Let me know what your thoughts are. I wish I was a bigger expert on this game, but hey, we just got to go with it. So thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon.